Hey guys, so today is the evening of March 16th, and this is my second Saudi Arabian coronavirus vlog. My mask keeps falling off a little bit. I don't know if I put it on upside down or not. Oh, here comes a little stray dog. The stray dogs of Khamis Mushait. Alright, so first things first, you can see that I have a mask now. I ordered those masks on Sunday. No, on Saturday, my mistake, Saturday the 14th. And I was told that they would be delivered on the following Saturday. So 6 or 7 days later. 7 days, I think, if I ordered them on Saturday. But actually they came by today. I got a phone call at like 8:30 in the morning, and the delivery driver, they were already in. So maybe for important medical supplies like these masks, they will come in a little bit earlier. Maybe they have rushed delivery, or maybe they're stockpiled in warehouses all around the kingdom already. So I'm not really sure about that, but I'm happy to get these masks. I ended up paying about three masks for $1 for $1 US. It's about 36 cents to be specific. I paid 136 riyal, Saudi riyal, for 100 of them. 2 packs of 50. So that's great. What else is going on new in the kingdom today? So we have 15 more cases confirmed of the coronavirus. So Saudi Arabia has 118 total cases. Worldwide, I think we're just under 170,000. We got like 11 or 12,000 more cases today than yesterday. What else? So Saudi Arabia did come down with the proclamation, as expected, that they are closing all malls, all sit-in restaurants, coffee shops, public parks, and public gardens as well, in addition to the many things that were banned or closed over the past weekend. So you can still go to a restaurant. Restaurants are still doing food delivery, but you can't sit down in a restaurant and eat anymore. And we'll see how long that goes on for. Almost all of the people in the I went to a restaurant today, get some chicken biryani, and almost everyone was wearing these masks. And even today, just in 24 hours, it's quite shocking how many more people were wearing these masks. Yesterday, it was maybe 8% of the people that I saw at downtown. Today, it's probably a full 20% of people that you see walking around are wearing masks. Men, that is. The women who are wearing the abaya, they have a full black covering over their mouth and their face. They are not wearing the masks. I think the abaya is good enough. Maybe not. Maybe they have a mask on underneath that I couldn't see. What else is going on? All right, so Oman and Qatar, which are other Gulf countries in the area, they have announced that they will be closing entry to all, I think Qatar is doing it to all non-Qataris starting on Wednesday. Oman might still be letting in members of the Gulf countries, but everyone's closing the gates, and it's expected that within 24 hours there will be a nationwide lockdown or quarantine. We're not sure exactly what it's going to look like in my home country of the United States. And already some states in America are closing down. So, they're shutting the gates. This is it. This is the first, proper event. There's been a process leading towards this kind of stuff for a long time, but this is it. Saudi Arabia has suspended, check my little notes here. They've suspended all attendance at government agencies, that is work attendance, except at government agencies relating to health, security, military, which is related to security, and remote learning. So I still have to teach online, even though we're not teaching in person, but we still have to go to do our jobs. Most of the students are not attending. I'm just looking at a bunch of stray dogs and a strange noise that's going on in the distance. I guess we could get a little bit closer to these dogs. Soon enough, people will stop leaving the stray dogs and cats scrap food for them to eat. And it could make wandering out at night a more dangerous endeavor in a few days. We'll see how that goes. I'm looking at 6 stray dogs, and these are not small dogs, so they're not exactly the kind of creatures that you want to cross in the night. Hey, here's an example of one of the many buildings in Kamis Mushait that is in the middle of being constructed, and its completion date is uncertain. I guess we could take a quick little peep in here. I might not be able to show you what one of these looks like from the inside after a few days. It's actually kind of dark. Not that I'm afraid of the dark, but it's just not really showing up on camera, the kind of stuff that you would see in here. So, and also there's some dogs that. So I'll get out of here. If I came by and was doing my vlog 30 minutes earlier, maybe I would have showed you what the top floor looks like. I went up there once before. I mean, it's a building that's being constructed. You can imagine what it looks like. All right, what else? Last thing. I went to the grocery store today, to a store called Athame. It is a medium to large size grocery store. And I went at around 11 o'clock, which is usually a somewhat busy time to go, because there are lots of people who are hurrying into the store before the afternoon prayer, the noontime prayer. It starts here around 12:20 at this time of the year. I went there today, and when I got there, I mean, usually it's kind of busy, but on a weekday, especially on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, it's not exactly bumping. But today it was. It was very well packed, well attended. There were tons of people inside. They had twice as many. These dogs are barking. They had twice as many people at the cashiers, checking people out, and every line at the cashier was at least 4 shopping carts thick, and each one was full of stacked shopping carts full of food. So after I got my stuff, a lot of non-perishables, a lot of perishables, toilet paper, of course, and a bunch of other stuff. I ended up spending about $70 US worth on supplies. I feel like I'm pretty well prepared to bug in for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, depending on my supply of water. And so when I got to the store, there were about 15 shopping carts that were still available. But when I left, there were none. There were no shopping carts left. And one of the guys who was working at the grocery store, Indian Pakistani guy, he was following me as I navigated through the bumper-to-bumper traffic. Now, I don't have a car. I'm not on an Iqama, so I can't, I don't have the kind of visa that lets me own property or even a bank account in this country. So I had to, and I had a lot of stuff. Had a lot of stuff in my shopping cart, a big shopping trip. So I actually wheeled the shopping cart from the store back to my hotel, which is it's quite close actually. I would say about a quarter of a kilometer, so it was not a very long trip. I took the shopping cart with me because I just didn't have 4 arms. I still don't. So this guy's following me, this employee, and at a certain point I asked him, like, you know, what's going on? You know, you think I'm taking the cart or something? I was gonna bring it back. But it turns out that he actually needed the cart because people who were just coming to the store in the 30 minutes before prayer, because I was in there for 45 minutes maybe, he needed the cart back. People needed the cart to go shopping. So he's following me back to my hotel, and eventually he's kind of impatient, and he's showing me that he wants to get my cart, basically. So he grabs my cart, and I point to him. This is where my hotel is, or my apartment, whatever you want to call it. It is technically a hotel, but all of us teachers, most of us anyway, we live in there permanently as apartment guests. And he just starts running with my cart. I'm running ahead of him, leading the way, and we're just booking it down the road. And so we get to my apartment, and at the bottom, at the base, at the ground floor outside of it, we unload all of my stuff, and then he grabs the cart, and he's off again, just like almost full sprinting, as much as you can when you have to drag or push a shopping cart. But that's how desperate, I guess, the grocery stores were today for, you know, people needed carts. They had to go shopping, they had to buy the food. The atmosphere inside, and I'll show you some footage at the end of this video of what it was looking like inside. I didn't want to take a lot of videos because, you know, it's just not a very, you know, mannerly thing to do in this country. But I would say it was tense, well-restrained concern to the atmosphere inside. So, is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? Well, it's probably going to get, you know, more tense and less well-restrained as time goes on, but we'll see. We're expected that supplies of some things will start to be reduced. I went there, you know, before noon, and I grabbed the last 2 low-fat milk liters. So, but generally speaking, the store was very well stocked, and the people were handling it very well. And I think Saudi Arabia is handling it, the coronavirus, quite well as well. So we'll see what happens in the future. I don't have any exact predictions for other things to say. But inshallah, I will be back tomorrow with a new virus update. I'm not fully quarantining myself yet. It's going to happen. I think within 48 hours or 72 hours, I will be pretty much just restricted to my hotel, teaching online, and then people will still be going out for food, for some jobs, and to the pharmacy as well. Tomorrow I expect to make a trip to the pharmacy to see if I can get some hydroxychloroquine. It's always hard to remember the names of these new medicines. And any other medicine that I feel like could be useful in a long-term, you know, quarantine situation. I think at some point, if I'm not driven crazy before then, I might have to stay inside the apartment or hotel with the rest of my workers for at least a week, making only trips. They'll be making trips, some of them, outside to get water and other supplies as needed. But I have enough food, I think, enough diversity of food to keep me going for over 2 weeks, and enough water for 2 weeks or more than, if I well rationed it. Can't drink the tap water in Saudi Arabia. You have to buy bottled water. I guess you can drink the tap water. I did do a a water test on it a few months ago, but it's generally not recommended. It's not something that is healthy to do, like in China. So I'll just leave you with a few very short clips that I took of video from the store today, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow on March 17th with another coronavirus update. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions about what life is like in the Asia region during the coronavirus quarantine, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll answer them in the next video or in the comments. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe.